everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we're going to be checking out not a law-friendly vehicle as we've been doing a lot of lately. I want to check out a real-life vehicle, a vehicle that you can get on roads now. I guess actually this is actually now available to drive in real life, even though probably not for many people right now as production's slow. Today we're going to be checking out this, the Tesla Model 3, and also checking out the new Tesla Roadster, and also checking out the Tesla semi-truck slash semi-truck slash just truck. Whoa, okay, there's some lag coming into this. Okay, the lag's gone. Wow, that was some intense lag. If you want to know what's going on with these trees, there might be a video coming up soon, if you're interested. So, let's just continue on through the lag. So today we're going to be checking out some Teslas, and these are basically the only versions of these cars available in mods in GTA 5, and as you will see very soon, they aren't perfect. There are definitely a few little issues. For example, look at where the wheels are on the arch of this car on the left. Now look where they are on the right. This car model is not centered. That same thing applies to the Semi version and the Roadster version. However, as I'm a big fan of Tesla, and I just really wanted to see what these look like modified, I thought we'd just have some fun little builds. I'll just make them up with V-stancers if we can't stance them. Maybe make an off-roader version, perhaps. I think they might look a bit more suited, considering we've got all the weird sort of wheel fitment going on per side. I just thought we'd have a little bit of fun and check these Teslas out. So before we do, there's going to be some comments on the screen. These are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below, as always. And I'm also going to be, hopefully very soon, starting to finalize some more merchandise stuff. It's just trying to find the time to get all this stuff sorted, but I am still looking out to get some merchandise up soon for you guys to check out. I know I'm very late for Christmas and everything else, but well, there we go. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comment section below. It'd be nice to see if anyone would actually be interested in buying a logo t-shirt or something like that, if it was to be available. So we need to find somewhere to park. Let's just pull over on this makeshift little pull-in there for the highway. That was definitely not what I expected to find. Right, let's just go over here to a nice flat piece of land, such as this road right here, and check this car out. So actually, first of all, we should probably just go ahead and repair a vehicle. Actually, the first thing I want to show you is just another one of these weird bugs. If we move the car and then I stop, the car sort of floats to the side. So we just get this, we'll just sort of hang around, park up, and the car sort of just weirdly slides to the side for some weird reason. I don't know what that's about, but again, as I said, these mods are definitely not perfect. There's definitely some issues with them. However, I just wanted to check them out. So let's just have a look around. This is, of course, the Tesla Model 3. I'm not checking out the S or the X in this video. And, of course, this has the full Model 3 interior with the big, massive open rear window, all these nice, funky-looking seats, and, in my opinion, this rather horrible-looking bland dashboard. I actually really would like to know your comments in the comment section below. This can be like a discussion about your thoughts on Teslas, because don't get me wrong, I absolutely love petrol cars, but I also love what Tesla are doing. But at the same time, I hate the Model 3 interior. I think it looks awful. Now, I think this bit round the side is actually like the vents for the air, because obviously there's no sort of separate vents that are blowing straight at your face. It just sort of just cools the entire area, and it doesn't just blow hot air at you, which, you know, some people will probably like. It's not that bad of an idea. I don't like how it's just the screen. If anyone has ever used a touchscreen whilst driving, this is the worst thing to use whilst driving, because you have to look at what you're pressing. There's no tactility. You can't feel for a button. It's not like with my car, I know the shapes of the buttons and where they are, so I can sort of just touch it with my fingers and look where I'm going, and I know what I'm pressing. You can't do this if you have a phone in a dock or an iPad in a thing. You have to look at the screen to press the buttons. And so I really don't know why Tesla does this. And also, can I just say, this wheel, although Michael's legs are definitely glitching through it, this sort of single bar looking wheel is just awful. Mercedes did a wheel similar sort of design to this, like a two-spoke style wheel. It looks awful, in my opinion. I really don't like the look of it. But yeah, there's my whinging about that. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. There you go. Michael, not so comfortable there, especially the way he's sitting. That definitely does not look very comfortable. But there we go. There's the Tesla Model 3 interior. And as for the performance, well, you've already seen me driving in. This thing's actually pretty damn fast. Actually, in real life, I don't think the Model 3 is that fast. I don't know. But at least it sounds like an electric vehicle. And it goes like stink, which I think would probably be a little bit more suited to the Roadster in terms of performance. Because I don't think the Model 3 is actually based on sort of being good on performance. Maybe it's like, I don't know, what are the 0 to 60 times of the Model 3? That's actually a good point. I do not know. But as, you know, this was supposed to be the cheaper model, you know, the model for the masses, which obviously you wouldn't want to have being super, super fast. So, right, we should probably just get into tuning this. So actually, if we go to menus customs, there isn't anything you can do apart from changing the color of the paint, changing the wheels, and that's it. You can then use V-Stancer to stance it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so it looks good on this side, because this side with these massively tucked in wheels are a lost cause, really. Basically, the model is just not centered, and that's why you get that happening. So we'll just keep it onto this side. So let's just quickly just pick a nice paint color, shall we? Now, I was going to go for one of these darker colors, but I do notice that this chrome stuff is actually a little more white looking than perhaps it should be. So I think I might end up having to go for a lighter color. Oh, actually, no, it looks worse in red. That white really sticks out. Okay, do you know what? Midnight Silver doesn't look too bad then. And I guess we can change the standard suspension. We can knock that down just so we have some harder suspension once we start it all up. And for the sports wheels, I have noticed that actually the calipers clip through, because obviously this car is not straight. So I guess we're going to have to go with something not so deep dish, which is a huge shame. Maybe something like that? I mean, these wheels really do not suit this car whatsoever. Just as it looks like, all of these wheels are a no-go. Well, do you know what then? I think this one, is that going to be... Oh, that just manages to fit. So I guess this one isn't going to be all stanced out then. I guess this one's just going to be some sort of like high-performance version. Well, you know what? That's an interesting theme. Let's go for that. And actually, we should probably move to a nicer spot because it's a little dark around here. Okay, well, on to V-Stancer. Let's just go down to tyres. And I guess we'll keep the wheels that size. They're actually a pretty nice size as they are. We'll just go with a little bit more on the width. I think that might be able to just clear. I wonder if having those wider wheels would help clear the brake calipers. But do you know what? This has got a little bit of dish to it. So, do you know what? We'll go for that. It's sort of stretching the tyres doing that as well, which is going to be nice. Let's go to suspension menu. And go to track width. Bring that in. And then on the rear, bring that in. And go to visual lowering. And knock it down. Ooh, yeah, okay. So this isn't going to be super stance. I just want to make this just sort of like low street, but also looking sort of performance-esque. Yeah, we're going to have to get that a little higher, I think. Not going to make it too crazy. No camber for this one. So we go for that, and then on the front, we'll sort of have that about there. It definitely looks like these tyres are going to rub. That's definitely a real thing that we'll have to account for. But do you know what? It's a game, so I think if we look at it from just this side, it's nice. It's just neutral, I think is the word I'm looking for. Just no extra colour. Nice, subtle, tasteful mods. Even though on this side it looks really stupid. But yeah, we'll just have a look at this side. And actually one other thing we can do to make this a bit more of a tuned up version is we can go to menus customs and just change the torque multiplier to 10. And that should make for a rather fun and fast experience. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, okay, that's fast. That's incredibly fast. It just wants to wheel spin at every given moment. Good God, that's fast. Woo! So there we are, a highly tuned Model 3. Let's move on then to the next Tesla. And here they are together. Look at these beauties right here. I've got to say that the new Tesla Roadster is a gorgeous looking car. You cannot disagree with that this thing is a really good looking car. And yeah, we still have the same issue with the wheels sticking out or not. This one's actually pretty flush on this side. They're just a little bit more tucked in. Not as bad as this one was, but still not perfect. So yeah, you're going to have to take that into consideration. But there we go. Let's just have a nice, better look inside the interior. Again, this is of course the concept car. I don't know what Tesla are going to be doing with the interior of this. That wheel definitely can't stay like that because you just cannot drive with a wheel like that, let's be honest. And yeah, I don't know. I really just do not like this singular panel thing. Where is that a map of? That's somewhere, La Chapelle? That's somewhere in France. Yeah, I'm just really not a fan of the single screen interior in the Tesla. But there we go, there's the concept interior. And then the beautiful outside. So let's again go to menus, customs, and I was going to go ahead and pick some nice color. I really like the white on this though. But do you know what? The red that we've seen on all the promotional things that they did recently is going to have to be the winner. So let's just try and find us a nice red. I'll go for primary and metallic red, and maybe we'll get a nice little flip on that just to change it a little bit. Red, Torino red, Formula red, they all look nice. I think Formula red might be the winner. And then maybe we'll go for just a lighter color for the flip on the Pearl, just so it's just really brightens up the red on that and looks really nice. That's supposed to be a salmon pink. It just sort of brightens it. We can go for the hot pink and add that in. That's a richer color. But I do like the way that salmon pink looks, although I think you could probably get the same with white. Yeah, we'll have that as a white flip. Why not? And actually, by the way, I'm not going to stance all these. I'm actually going to come back and do another Model 3 build later on. But I just want to check each of these cars out and do one simple build first. So let's just go ahead and pick wheels. Hopefully, we can pick wheels. Ooh, are they going to work? That's in. Ooh, just in, actually. Just. No, okay, not on that side. We're definitely going to have to go. We're definitely just going to have to go for this side again, I think. But even then, it's pretty close. But do you know what? These wheels on this car do look fantastic. So I think I'm going to go for these proper racing style wheels. Let's just go for those. And we could actually keep it in the black that it's set to, even though we've already gone for black wheels already. I don't think a lighter color is going to work. Yeah, as soon as you go for something like a white or to change the color, it just sort of really cheapens the look of the car. I guess stone silver looks nice. We'll go for that then. And then again, for the size of the wheels, I think the wheels are going to be perfect as they are. And just because we can, as I seem to always do this, we'll make them just a little bit wider. So we'll go for some visual lowering, and you can get this thing actually looking pretty low. In fact, we're going to have to get that up there because that front is already super low. So we'll do the front first, and that seems to be the most important bit. That's definitely very slammed. If we wanted to, I mean, as a show car, oh god, look, you can see where the car's wonky because there's no tyres on one side, but there is on the other. Okay, we'll get that up to about there. We probably want to get it just a little bit higher too, actually. And we'll have that bringing out to just there on the arch. I think that's nice. And yeah, we're going to have to get that sagging on the rear. Otherwise, we've just got a massive gap on the rear arch, but I think that's just how it's going to be, because sadly we just can't change the size of the rear wheels independently. I mean, if you just change that rear height and did that, yeah, it just looks dumb. And so there we are with our second sort of slammed build. Nothing too crazy, and that's because I think that these are really going to shine with off-road versions, and that's why I'm leaving them to the end. But there we are with the Tesla Roadster, and also, if you didn't notice, the rear spoiler also works. It goes up when you brake, and all that sort of stuff works perfectly, which is always nice to see. Always nice to see a mod that always has these extra little bits that work like that. Always cool. And can I just say that actually in stock form, this feels slower than the stock Model 3. By a long shot, actually. So I guess we'll change it and make it faster. And actually, I think that the 10 that we put on the Tesla Model 3 was too much, because this thing is fast, but it isn't unstable in real life. So maybe only 3. Maybe 3 is the magic number. And we'll do 3 on horsepower. In fact, let's just do 5 on horsepower. And we'll stick a 0 on the end of the max speed, because actually I don't know what sort of top speed we're going to be getting out of this thing. And for the fun of it, let's just get the speedometer and have a look at how fast this goes to 60. Ooh, okay, there's still a little bit of wheel spin at the start. Okay, that's more like it. This is now super, super fast. Oh boy, this might actually be faster than the one in real life, I think. In fact, we can actually test such things. Let's just go to the airport drag. And go! This is going to be a stupidly 1.8, wow, 1.8 seconds 0 to 60. I think I just nailed that. 3.3 seconds 60 to 120. And we got a top speed of 227 miles an hour, and I think Michael would have actually died if that was real life. Good God, that 1.8. Was it 1.8 or 1.9 that they said the 0 to 60 was on this thing? Either way, that is very close to real life. So there we go. If you had one of these, this is how fast it would be in real life. Stupidly fast. Stupidly fast. Well, we've got one more vehicle to check out. and it's the Tesla Semi, that vehicle that I kept trying to hide in other videos and actually didn't succeed because you guys spotted loads of times where it was in the background and I hadn't censored it, and you know what, there was no real reason to censor it, I was just doing it for a laugh. So let's check out the Tesla Semi. And here we are with the Tesla Semi now, or the Semi. By the way, it's sort of, when you say it in an English accent, it sounds like half an erection, I'll be honest. We call them just trucks over here. So this is the Tesla truck, as I should probably be calling it from now on so it doesn't sound really weird. And as you might be able to tell, this doesn't really sound like an electric truck. And that is because this is actually not an add-on mod. This is a replacement mod and it's currently replacing the Phantom, which is why you saw it in just the traffic, because it was just spawning in because it is just a replaced Phantom. And the problem is, this isn't very accurate to the real Tesla because, well, one, the sound, and two, unlike the other ones which sort of had like a really fast gear change and the gear ratios were all changed, this one still has the same gear ratios and stuff from a truck, and of course the Tesla truck would be gearless. It would just have the one single drive of all the other Tesla motors. So this is not going to be very true to life, sadly, and not until there's an add-on version of this. But here we are, let's have a nice quick look around. I've got to say, I'm not really big into trucks, but at the same time, when you see something that is just really good looking and really just cool, you know it is cool. And this thing looks cool. I would be totally happy seeing loads of these things on the road. I think they look absolutely amazing. And then we go on to the interior here. This is definitely not like the real Semi because this doesn't have anything at the back. But as you can see, it does have the centered seating position and screens on both sides. Now, of course, the actual real one does have sort of more going back, or this one, does it actually, this should probably be, yeah, okay, so I have a feeling that they've set this too far forward and there should be more on the back here, because the pictures I've seen actually do have seats in the rear and beds and other stuff like that. And the one thing to note about this vehicle is I cannot replace the wheels. These wheels are just as they are, which means I can't do any sort of crazy stance build. And that's why I just wanted to have a quick look at this one. But again, we're going to have to go back and do some off-roader builds with the Roadster and the Model 3 in just a second. But we can make this slightly more electric by going to Customs, and we go to the engine sound, go to Select Vehicle, and I just need to find an electric vehicle, so we'll go with the Voltic. And now, it's super quiet, which is really uncharacteristic of a truck. That is really weird. I mean, that sound of the truck suited it, because that's the sort of engine noise we're used to hearing, but this is weird. Such a big, massive vehicle with an electric motor. So weird. And you know what, I'm going to go for torque and change that to 3, because that seemed to work last time. And even though we haven't really got the right gear changing and stuff, it sort of like goes really fast and then takes ages to change gear. But there we are. That's actually pretty fast for a truck as it is. Almost reaching 100 miles an hour. Right there. Okay. Well, there we go. That's that for a top speed run. Oh, and actually this thing is really unstable. I should point out, as you go around corners, this thing just glitches out and spins around. You probably really wouldn't want to drive this around in GTA to enjoy it. It's just something to look at. And again, just like all the other ones, there isn't really anything you can do. Just changing the paints. In fact, you can't even change the wheels, so just changing paint. So for this one, I'm just going to go for a green, so it looks like as if it was an Eddie Stobart truck. I think racing green or dark green for Eddie Stobart. I think perhaps racing green. So there we go. There's an Eddie Stobart Tesla truck. Right, so let's just have a little bit of fun and just make some off-roader versions of the Tesla Model 3 and the Model S to finish up this video, because this thing actually handles like crap. Okay, here we are all spawned in, and I've just noticed this does the same sort of floaty thing that the Model 3 does when you stop. That's weird. That is very weird. Anyway, let's just go to Menus Customs, and we're going to go to Paints, and I want to just go to Primary, Matte, and make this something like olive drab. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Now, I have a feeling that the decals aren't going to work with this thing, because I don't think it's going to be mapped very well for all this sort of stuff. But we'll check that out in just a second. But I just want to go for wheels. I want to go for off-road, and let's just pick something at random. Oh, these ones are just... Number 27, for me, just really works lately. I just love how they look. I seem to stick them on every style off-roader vehicle that we do. And you know what? They work for this. I'm going to go for them again. Okay, so let's just see if we can't just place a star on the side. It might not work. it might... Okay, that actually looks really buggy. I have a feeling that that's not going to work. And you know what? This might actually work if we don't make it too big. I can't seem to get it to sit straight, but... Okay, on some parts of that door, it definitely looks a bit sort of buggy. But if we have it on this part of the door... Ah, neat. Well, how about that? We can sort of make a US Army style Tesla Roadster. There we go. We'll bung that in right there. That seems to work. Okay, it's a little bit off and clippy, but whatever. Actually, that's really wonky. Let's try that again. There we go. That sort of works right there. We'll place that in. And by the way, if you haven't seen the video on this, this is an amazing new mod that basically allows you to decal cars as you wish. They're probably like a video or two back. Definitely go check it out. For some reason, YouTube didn't actually send it to many people, so you might have missed it. Let's just go to the Roadster 20, and let's just go to decal list, go to star, and basically we want to mirror this onto the other side. That one's going to be upside down. Do it again. There we go. And in the circle outline, we'll bring that round. Perfect. So there's that done. And I think to finish, what I want to do is I just want to go back to menus, customs, go back to paint, and I want to make this look dirty because, of course, this is supposed to be an off-roader. There we go. Nice and dirty. And let's just jump back in so we can V-stance it and just make the wheels just a little bit bigger and stick out a little bit more. So we go for tyres. I'll make them a little bit bigger. I'll make them a little bit wider. And I just need to go ahead and change all the collisions. Then we need to go for some visual lowering. Knock that up. That's looking pretty nice. And then we'll go for some track width out on the front and some track width out on the rear. And there we have a full Army off-roader Tesla Roadster. I mean, it definitely doesn't suit the car given how fast this thing's supposed to be. But it looks cool, in my opinion. Maybe you guys think differently. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. But I think this is onto a winner. And you know what? I think we should actually make a matching Model 3 to finish so we actually have the pair. So let's go. Okay, got them all lined up next to each other. Let's just go to menus, customs, wheels. Let's just go down to off-road. I'm going to go for the exact same wheels yet again on the side of this. Then I want to go to paints. I want to go to primary. I want to go to matte. And I want to make this olive drab. Maybe I can make this the slightly different color version. Maybe make this the desert tan one, perhaps. Let's do that. And then we also want to make the dirt level really high. I don't know if this has dirt mapped to it. It might just be for the wheels, but at least we can have the wheels looking dirty. Yeah, the rest of this actually looks pretty clean, same as the Roadster does. But at least the tires look dirty. Then we can attempt to get this to work on here as well. This might work. We'll stick that right there. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Then we'll go for the circle outline yet again. Just try and get that to fit. Definitely think that I might have made the star just a little bit big on this one. That sort of works. That's going to have to do for now. It's really hard to get this sort of exact or whatever. And we'll just go down to the Model 3. We'll go to decal list, star, mirror that one, mirror 2. And in the circle outline, oh dear, that's definitely ruined that on that side. What's it done to the... okay. Do you know what? We'll have to make that look like some sort of one that's all scraping off because, well, it just doesn't seem to work as nicely as the Roadster does. But never mind. Let's go to V-stancer. Wheel width, wheel size, change all the collisions of the wheels, then go to suspension menu and crank that baby up. Get some rear track width going, get some front track width going, and there we go. There is the off-roader style Model 3 and the off-roader style Model S, which I keep hitting the wrong. By the way, I've got all these new keyboards and stuff that I'm trying out, so I quite often make mistakes on the menus and stuff. That's just because I'm trying to get used to all these new key layouts and everything. But there we are. Check that. Oh dear. Wow. That's another bug. Apparently, when you look at a certain angle, all the glass just goes black. I guess this is a LODS thing, maybe? I don't know. But that's kind of weird. But there we go. How about that? You guys can let me know in the comment section below what you think. I know that these mods are slightly lower quality, but it's just to get an idea of what these cars would look like all stanced out or whatever. But there we go. That is it. Thank you so much for watching and stick around with this very weird video. And just let me know what you think in the comments of this mod, what you think of my styles that I've done, or just what you think of Tesla in general. Are you excited for it? Do you like the idea of the future being electric cars and autonomous driving and all these other things? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.